you just wait till all of your baby teeth fall out before you go to the orthodontist? Time for some PFOing so you know where you're going. Okay, let's jump right into it. It's me, Dr. Ryan Packard. Listen, for those of you out there who are trying to be sensitive to your checkbook and you're like, my kid still has baby teeth. Do I need to go to the orthodontist? Do they need to get braces? Do they need to do those things right now? Shouldn't they wait until all their baby teeth are out? Well, here are 4 facts related to time that you may be interested in to help you decide what will be best for your child. Time number 1. Let's say your kiddo has an underbite. Research suggests that if the underbite is due to an upper jaw that is kind of back, that hasn't grown as far forward as maybe the bottom jaw, or the bottom jaw is growing forward, right? If it's a true underbite, not just one where maybe your top teeth are tipped like a little bit back and it's causing your kiddo to hit down like this and then they slide forward. That's like kind of a fake underbite. It's a real underbite and you need to try and adjust the jaw bones, right? The key time to do that from research suggests between 6 and 8 years old. And the reason why is because the bones at that age for this type of movement is considered one of the most predictable times. Now there is some new research that's come out, with some screws in your bones and you can do something similar and you can do it a little bit later, but generally speaking, 6 to 8 years old for that reverse pull face mask. It's like a headgear except it's the reverse. Instead of pushing back in like this, pulling out like this, right? Between 6 and 8 years old. After that, you may not get the results that you want or the type of results that you want. Okay, so that's time number 1, 6 to 8 years old for underbites. Time number 2, posterior crossbites. That means where the top teeth here in the back are on the inside of the bottom teeth. Now that range is a little bit wider because it's not that you can't fix it a little bit later, but predictability of outcome, meaning you want to take this top jaw and you want to expand it, make it wider so that the top teeth fit on the outside of the bottom teeth. That age, definitely very predictable time frame between 8 and 10 years old. You can still fix some crossbites as you get a little bit older, but this jawbone is made up of 2 bones. I'm holding this camera. Let's see if I'm putting it between my legs. The jawbone, ooh, we're tipping sideways. The jawbone on the top comes together like this, right? And basically it fuses together. And when you try to expand it, you can't see my face, when you try to expand it, it pushes the jawbone apart like this, all right? Now, the longer you wait to do this, the older you get, the more likely that this becomes incredibly challenging and such that you can't pull it apart. That's why between 8 and 10 years old is a very predictable time to correct posterior crossbites. Both of those times, right? Both of those, during those times, you likely still have baby teeth left, all right? Third, impacted canines or canines on top that get displaced out of their proper position while they're growing in. You can check out our other videos. Impacted canines are no fun, and sometimes what happens is the baby canines here, they don't get pushed out because the permanent canines, as they come in way up here, they get out of position and they go like behind those teeth or they run into the other teeth. It's just not good, right? That is something that you want to be watching by the time you're turning 8, 9, around 10, okay, that aren't wiggly and you can't feel the bumps up top. You may need to consider some sort of intervention like an expander. You make space and that can help those teeth want to come down, and or taking out baby teeth. These are my permanent teeth. I don't have baby teeth. Take out the associated baby canines and maybe even the baby molars right behind it to try and help facilitate those teeth coming back down into place while there's still growing happening that might help you get those teeth in place. So that's another time when you may want to intervene before you have all of your baby teeth out. Finally, one last condition that I want to talk about that you may want to consider intervening before all the baby teeth are out is overbite, or what orthodontic professionals call overjet, excess overjet. Everybody, remember, check out the other videos, everybody should have a little bit of overjet. Somewhere between 1 and 3 millimeters is considered normal. 1 and 2, pretty small, right? Anything we get to 4, 5, 6, 7, some individuals that lower jaw just hasn't grown, or developmentally, genetically, they have a lower jaw that is considerably back. So the best time at this point, the research suggests that we take care of this issue is when the individual is preparing for their growth spurt, peak growth. Now, that can be different for everybody, so it's really tricky. That's why you want to see an orthodontist who can help you evaluate what stage you're at in development. This is because you can help posture the jaw forward, and then the growth that is going to happen will help stabilize that new position. So we're not growing the jaw. What we're doing is we're trying to control the direction of the growth that is inside of you. Now, if you miss the growth spurt and you try to get that jaw to go forward like that, what's gonna happen afterwards is it's just gonna sink back, and you won't have that correction of the overjet, that excess overjet that you were hoping for. And then you're looking at other options like maybe taking out top teeth or trying to push the top teeth back, a little tricky, or surgery. Yes, so all 4 of those conditions, not limited to just these conditions, but these are 4 major conditions that you may run into and want to consider what an orthodontist has to say as far as timing, and that may be before you lose all of your baby teeth. So generally speaking, when we're talking about comprehensive work and we want to get all the teeth lined up, if you don't have any of those conditions, then yeah, it makes sense to wait until all of your baby teeth are out or getting close to falling out. Maybe you start considering things like social preferences. Hey, when do we want to get this work done? But if you were to have at least one of these conditions, you may want to intervene early to try and help you get more predictable results. Hope you like this video. If you do, give it a thumbs up. Consider subscribing to the channel, or come find me if you want to talk about these conditions, whether or not your child has a underbite, crossbite, impacted or displaced canine, maxillary canine, finally excess overjet, so that we can help you manage those situations. I'd love to see you. Love to talk with you. That's all I've got. Just a little PFOing so you know where you're going. Packard out.